another series on our business study class for today, and we are going to discuss transportation. In our previous class, we discussed stock, storage, delivery notes, and the rest. So if you've not seen that class, that was our episode 7 in our business study class for Js3. This is episode 8. Please go ahead, navigate through the channel and watch that class. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, consider subscribing so that when we upload a new video, you'll be the first to know about it. Invite more people to the channel, share the videos to your friends and loved ones you think they will benefit from the class. So welcome to the class for today. Let's look at transportation. This is part 1. We're going to take it in series. This is part 1. It's a continuation of what we've taught in your Js1 and your Js2 class. So if you've not watched those videos, navigate through the channel. If you want the video for your Js1, for your Js2 class on business study, head over to Class Online School. You'll get them in a full package. It's just for a token. So thank you for coming. Let's look at the meaning of transportation. What is transportation in itself? Transportation has to do with the movement of people, goods, from one place to another. The carrying, the movement, the conveying of people, of goods, of services from one place to another. That is transportation. When we go into types of transportation, you will see different avenues we can do this. We can do this movement. We'll talk about that. So just bear in mind that transportation has to do with the movement of goods, of people, from one point to another, or from one place to another. That is our first objective. The second objective is the importance of transportation to business. You agree with me that transportation is one of the key objectives or key area that make business possible. It's one of the aids to trade that facilitate trading. If you remember in our Js1 class, we talked about aids to trade, and transportation happens to be one of those aids that facilitate trading. So if it is an aid to facilitate trading or facilitate commerce, it means that it's an important aspect in our business. Why is it important? One, transportation help for industrial purpose. What do I mean? Raw materials, semi-finished products are moved from point of production to point of usage. That's to say, industries will need to carry their raw materials from production point to where they will use it for manufacturing purposes. So without transportation, without the movement of raw materials to industries, without the movement of products to final consumers, industrialization is not possible. So transportation helps in movement of raw materials. So it aids industrial purpose, it facilitates industrial purpose. It makes business easy, and it makes the supply of raw material very easy. I've mentioned a number of points there. Make the movement of raw materials easy for industry, for industrial use. That is one purpose of transportation. One importance of transportation to business. That's one of it, for industrial purpose. Secondly, to bring consumer goods closer to the buyers or to the consumers. In our business study class, you saw in one of our topics where we talk about the channel of distribution. It's either from manufacturer to final consumers, from manufacturer to wholesaler to retailer to final consumers, from manufacturer to agents to wholesalers to retailers and to final consumers. In these chains, there is movement at every point in time. And this movement of people, of goods, from one point to another is made possible because transportation is involved. So transportation makes it possible for goods to get to the final consumer. Remember, in our channel of distribution, if the goods have not come to the final consumer for consumption, the business have not finished. It has not come to its terminal point. So for products, for goods to get to its final consumer, there must be transportation involved. There must be movement of these goods from one point to another. So, to facilitate business, transportation helps to bring goods and services to the final users. Then the third one, to facilitate movement of people. If you are a producer, you can't be in your house to produce a market and people come there all alone. There are some businesses that it is possible, but majority of the businesses, it is not possible like that. So, transportation makes it possible for people to be conveyed from one place to another. And these people might be those who are involved in elder production, marketing, or advertising. It makes it possible for people to go from their home to their place of work. It makes it possible for people to go from their home to their place of business. It makes it possible for people to go from their home to go market products in the marketplaces. So without transportation, all of this is not possible. Another point is that transportation makes it possible for expansion of business. Expansion of business. Transportation makes it possible for expansion of business. If transportation is not there, business expansion will be difficult because the more you produce, the more profit you make, the more you want to take your goods to other places or set up a business in another place. That's another importance of transportation to business. And then transportation makes marketing, sale of goods and services easy because you can convey your product to a place where your product is not known and introduce it to people. Marketing, creating awareness to people. If you cannot move, you cannot create awareness. So we have seen the importance of transportation to business. So we've taken the second objective and we've seen a number of points. For industrialization, used for industrial purpose, bringing products to consumers, final consumers. It facilitates movement of people. It equally helps in marketing and selling of products, and it helps in expansion of business. There are other points. Tell me more of these points below the comment box. Add to this 5. I've just told you 5 importance of transportation to business. We can have 10, 20, tell me more. I just discussed 5 in this class. So let's look at the third objective, the types of transportation we have. What are the types of transportation we have? On our type of transportation, we have 4 types of transportation: land, air, water, pipeline. What do we mean by land transport? The roads you have. Your motorable roads on the highway, the road paths that leads to villages, the road paths that leads to different business areas, where you can use train, motor, tricycle, motorcycle, bicycle, trek on your legs, and you can pass on these areas and go carry out your business. This is what we refer to as land transportation. Now we'll talk about air transportation, whereby goods and people are moved from one place to the other via the space. We use aircraft, airplane to carry people, cargo plane to carry loads, products to one place or another. So air transportation happens in the space, and it is via aeroplane or spaceship, whichever one. Then we'll have water. Water transportation has to do with transportation done in the water. The movement of people and goods via the water channels. It can be in the sea, and via the ocean, via the river, via the lakes, provided water is found there, and it's a route to reach people, to convey people from one place to another. We'll have ship, we'll have sea trucks, we'll have speedboats, we'll have our manual boats. All these I mentioned can be used to convey people and convey goods from one place to another. We can use it to move goods within the country and even outside the country. That is water transportation. Then the last is pipeline. Nigeria is an oil producing country, and so most times this crude are transported from one point to the other via underlaying pipe that are laid down either on the ground or in the ocean, and this crude are moved via that means to points of usage. It can be a refinery, it can be to a ship that it is to be transported out of the country. So pipeline has to convey crude, liquid substance, flows in there and move from the point it has been produced to the point it will be used, either be refined or transported to other places. So we have seen the 4 types of transportation. Alright, so we've seen land, air, water, and pipeline. We've covered the 3 objectives we have for the class. We've seen what transportation is, movement of people from one place to another, and movement of goods from one place to another. We've seen the importance of transportation, help to expand business, help to convey goods from point of production to final consumers, and help to send raw materials from point of production to where it will be used for finished product. And lastly, we saw the types of transportation: air, water, land, and pipeline. Thank you for being part of the class. Thank you for dropping by. Subscribe again if you've not subscribed. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Ask your question below the comment box. Support the channel if you want to support the channel. Interact with us below the comment box. We'll tell you how you can support the channel. Let's grow this channel. Tell people about us. Spread the word about us. Share the video. It's my pleasure being here, and as much as I can, I will always be here. You are my community, and I will love you all. Until I come your way next class,